Hi people, and Mandy asked me to do a video about this carry on that's going on about these mandatory vaccines in care homes in the NHS. Now, if people know me, they know that I don't engage with any of this stuff because I've never had my children vaccinated. I've never been vaccinated for anything. So it's not really something that I am in the world with. I don't mean I'm in denial about what's going on, but it's something I've never engaged with. So this picture here, this is in the Times, and it looks like this idiot is going hallelujah, hallelujah, it's came. Now look at the wording: mandatory, mandatory, Tories, COVID vaccinations for NHS staff and care home staff. Now, NHS workers and care home staffs will be legally required to have coronavirus vaccinations under plans that have personal support of the Crown, the Times has been told. The government will open a consultation tomorrow. Well, that's already in the bag. That's already in the bag, so that's just a piece of piss, And ministers will also announce they are challenging the laws to make vaccines compulsory. Now, there's two words there in the first couple of paragraphs: mandatory and compulsory. Now, let's look at the definition of these words. Mandatory and compulsory meaning. The word mandatory is generally used in the sense of binding. So remember, it's all in the wording. Something's binding us together. Arguably, it's the public that's binding us into this. The brain dead public who supports all this, On the other hand, the word compulsory is generally used in the sense of essential. So, anything that is mandatory has a quality of binding, that doer to the work, the doer to the work. Now, they've got work on their hands because they want the population vaccinated, injected with the poisons, Anything that is compulsory has to be essentially done without postponement, Now, this is the public's fault about this, by the way. This is them that's got this, in place. Now, go and look up the definitions of these words, because you know that I have training in these legal bargain basement words, and it's really the words that bind people that people didn't understand about. Engagement, partnership, all these wee cosy words that make it look as if we're all in this together. Now, I'm going to go to some of these comments in this thing, because I'm just, honestly, the whole lot of it is it's tragic. Because the next thing they're going to come after is your children. Once they say, oh, well then, that's all our NHS workers and these care workers and teachers, blah, blah, blah. I used to walk down the street quite naively and engage with these people daily, yin-yanged up to the eyes with PhDs and degrees and things, and think they're intelligent. I've never seen such a bunch of clowns in all my life walking about, feeding this monster with these 10 pence masks on and bragging about being injected. Now, just look at these comments down here. And we'll go down to these comments, and honestly, it is painful to watch in live times, honestly, there was one that just really got to me, and it'll probably be right down. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's Badger. Badgers came from up in the ground, the badger, Teachers and social workers? What about food preparation staff? Surely the waiter or waitress. Now, let's bear in mind, we haven't been able to get into venues for 15 months, but this clown, the badger for underground, a change agent, wants everybody to be vaccinated because, he's a total compliant man. I'm assuming he's a man. Oh, hang on, pub staff, taxi drivers definitely as well. Being in the car when the screens and masks vanish. We better do the deli counter service while we're at it. I'm sure the young person in the shoe shop got pretty close to our child the other day. Let's add then the hairdressers. Gosh, how did we miss them? They are right by your face all the time. Just to be safe, we better make it mandatory for the families of all those people too, as the vaccine is 100% effective. I'm a frontline NHS clinician. I have had both vaccines. Told you. Change agent, profiled for the job. And so have all I work with, but that doesn't make sense, but we chose to. If it needs to be mandatory, as it's important to protect the vulnerable, then it's just as important to make it mandatory. There's the word citizen. We don't want any gaps now, do we? Look, I could go on and read the rest of this, but this is just, he's a legend in his own mind, whoever this is. I will always give you good advice and respectfully attempt to persuade. But you must also have the right to the views. NHS and care staff aren't heroes, as I thank you for our work during the COVID, just the same right as you please. You know? It just, honestly, the whole thing it's traumatizing to watch it in real times. Traumatizing, you know. But just look at this piece of data here. Now, this here is very concerning. You know, let's go a wee bit. This actually, I don't know where the source of the information came from, but it's got these clowns' names at the top. You know, Dr. Richard Taylor, Sir Patrick Vallance, Dr. Jonathan Van Tam, Chris Whitty, you know, that clown. And this is about the next lockdown, you know, that's going to be happening on the 15th of July, you know, and they're going to put it down. We gave you freedoms down here, you know. We let you go to football, you know, dumb them down with football and circuses, the TV, you know, and they went to the football, and all you bad people have passed the virus on. This is on my Facebook page, this page here. Somebody posted it. I do believe a lot of the content is quite factual, you know. So they've got it all in the bag, you know, and this is to get everybody vaccinated and everybody, you know, we're all in this together. I would say people, and there's a list of who was at that, you know, who it was drafted into. I'm sure that would be either email, you know. So, people, I just urge you, because I know that they are coming after the children. They're not coming after my children. My children are 6'1" and has never been vaccinated. 24, my son. And my daughter's 5'8", been to a doctor 7 times in their life and never been vaccinated. You know, I've got grandkids and no touching my grandkids. You know, my beautiful, innocent grandkids are no touching them, you know, at all. So this is where it all goes, you know. Collectively, we're all in this together. Now, you know, you'll have to excuse that background thing at the back of me, that Dalmatian, because that is for my grandkids and the adult child and me. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and I hope